to Unheard Sessions. I'm your host Indigo, and today I have with me A3. How you doing?
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be here. Thank
It's
you
good
very
to see.
much.
It's good to see you again because we met at
Yes.
Dorian's. What was it? His
One of his showcases, yeah,
yes,
for his
yes,
conflicted EP that just
yes.
released.
It was amazing. So y'all, A3 is actually a producer and he's an engineer straight out of Atlanta, Georgia. And before we get started, so I
Hmm.
heard that you like Japanese culture.
Yes, I love it.
Hmm.
It started off with my love of anime like Dragon
Okay.
Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, and then after that, I just traveled there in 2024 for a month, and I loved everything about
Oh
it.
my gosh, that's my
Um,
dream.
oh yeah,
Oh
it
my
is
gosh. I
phenomenal.
bet.
It's almost as phenomenal as skydiving,
Yeah.
but
Oh, you went
that
skydiving.
yeah, if you can, I encourage everybody to do it at least once.
Hmm.
Because if you do that, then you're not fearful of anything else in your life.
I agree with that. So, well, I have some Japanese snacks that we're
Ooh,
going to
yeah.
try. So, I've never had any of this before. Okay. So, I don't know how to pronounce this.
I think it's Pocky.
Pocky?
Yeah.
So, I don't really know what Pocky is, but we're going to find out. It's chocolate.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I'm going to let you.
From what I know,
You've had them
these are
before?
pretty good. So I was in a relationship with she was half Japanese and half
Okay.
black
Yeah.
for about 3 years, and
Hmm.
I always used to get her these. She
Oh,
loved
okay.
them. I don't know how they tasted because I
Yeah.
never tried them.
We're gonna see.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when it comes to the Japanese culture, I'm really big on their food. So
Yes, their
I
food
want
is
to go
amazing
to
out there.
Japan just to eat. I love sushi. Anything Japanese cuisine is my favorite.
Out there, it's so phenomenal because like everywhere you're walking, everywhere,
Mhm.
and their food just tastes cleaner. So I remember
Mm.
like a, after that month, I lost like 40 pounds, and I didn't do anything but just exist over there. I didn't
Yeah.
try to work out. I just try to enjoy life.
Yeah.
So the combination of the food and like just walking
Just being
everywhere.
active over there. So, I mean, of course, there are a lot of major differences, but what would you say was like a big culture shock for you over there?
Mm, I would say culture shock. Us
Hmm.
it's still very new to them. Even with
Really?
they've had so much tourism,
Hmm.
but like you're gonna be looked at like they haven't seen like an alien almost.
Wow.
Yeah, and it wasn't bad. It was very respectful,
Hmm.
but it was just like, oh wow, I have not seen melanated people
Hmm.
before. So you get a lot of stares. That was the biggest culture shock.
Yeah.
The second biggest one was the how safe and how clean everything is. I'm
Uh-huh.
talking about you can be on the side of the street
Hmm.
passed out from just having a fun time at a party. Nobody's gonna touch your stuff.
Yeah.
I lost a wallet and it got sent back to me in the mail. Yeah, I don't know how they even figured out where I
Yeah, I'm about
was
to say, how
at.
did they figure that out?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they had some. Maybe they looked it up through whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're that. I'm telling you, they and you'll see kids
Hmm.
traveling on the train. And I remember asking her. I was like, "Why are there kids?" She was like, "Oh, well, when we're about 5 years old, we can just go on the train. We can leave our house, go on the train, go to school, come back. Nothing's gonna happen to us."
Yeah. So they teach you young,
They teach you
very
young
advanced. Yeah.
to walk by yourself,
Yeah.
do everything. So that was a big culture shock.
Wow.
But yeah,
So what city did you go to exactly when you visited
I was in Tokyo, and so
Tokyo?
they have like different little prefectures there. Shibuya. Um, oh man, where's the one I stayed in? It starts with a K. Um, oh man, I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shibuya. I went to not the Minato region. I wanted to go there.
Hmm.
Oh, Akihara. That's where they have all the anime stuff.
Oh yeah.
Loved. Oh my god. But I really love Shibuya. It was
Yeah.
because there's this episode that in this anime called JJK that
Hmm.
really um, is centered around Shibuya. So it was a crazy just seeing it in real life.
Okay. So I've
Yeah.
always wanted to get into anime, but I don't know where to start. I think I started Pokemon. I mean, that's
Yeah,
kind of,
that does count as an anime,
yeah,
and it's
but
actually one of the most highest grossing franchises in the world. Like I think they're better than Barbie and Transformers. So Pokemon goes crazy, but it
where would you advise somebody to start?
I would say because I want to suggest the how do I say it, the more optimistic and fun ones before you get into the ones that mimic like real life. So I would say probably like Naruto, Bleach, One Piece.
Yeah,
Those
I've
are
watched
easy.
One Piece before. I did like that. That's
Yes.
my best friend's favorite show.
Ooh, yeah. I got
Yeah.
I got a jacket from out of there, and people
Yeah.
still think it's fire. So yeah,
Yeah.
those are good. And
Uh
then
huh.
if you want to keep on going, there's still so many Yu Yu Hakusho, everything. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
Okay.
lot.
Well, we love the appreciation for the Japanese culture,
There you
so
go.
we're gonna try this. What you say it was
Let's
called?
get it. A Pocky.
Pocky. Okay, so it smells really good, y'all.
Yeah, it
Does it
does.
smell like artificial? Not to me at
Try
all.
it from the top. Mm-hmm. See why it's a good scent.
So this is what I'm trying to say. It
Mm-hmm.
smelled. Okay, y'all, follow me. It smells very chocolate. Like you can smell the chocolate, of course, but when you taste it, it's like the chocolate is kind of subtle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense?
Mm.
I like it. But y'all, I'm used to all these chemicals in America, so
Mm-hmm.
it tastes clean. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like this. That's good.
Good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then we got some Lay's, of course, and this cucumber flavor. Have you had it?
Mm-mm.
This cucumber flavor. Okay. I'm scared. Let me see. Okay. All right, let you get some first.
Oh yeah. I'll try one real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Mm.
Okay. What you think? mm. Sorry. No disrespect, y'all. No
Mm.
disrespect. Okay. You
It's
finding
a
it?
flavor.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
With y'all cucumber. Okay, so
The cucumbers it's wild that they got that as a flavor,
yeah,
but it's cool. Yeah, yeah. It's a it. I think they aptly made the taste well. Yeah. So yeah, I can see
it
people
smells
liking it.
good too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
I would say this is my favorite.
Yeah, that
I
Pocky.
would. This is my. Would you agree to?
Yeah, and see when you go out there, I didn't really eat much of any of those. I was big on the sushi and a lot of the seafood based items that they had there,
Yeah. Oh
and
my
I mean
goodness.
they have chicken based items and
Yeah.
their ramen there way
Oh
better
my
than America.
gosh. I'm
Anything
so
in America I've
jealous.
tasted, it's just
Yeah.
leagues
Did you
ahead.
try any fast food there?
I did. Their McDonald's is very vastly different. They have way different menu items. It's not you're not gonna find any of the same items
What
there.
would you? What's different on there?
Sometimes, so some of them they'll have like wagyu, or they'll have certain type of rib items, or yeah,
Rib.
oh yeah, they'll have certain type of just um,
That's
it's
crazy.
vastly different. Like
Yeah.
you might not even you might see a chicken sandwich, but I don't think you're even gonna really
Man,
try it.
I gotta go over there, man.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. It's great,
All right.
very great, everything to see.
Yeah.
I think
So
it's Tropicana.
yeah.
Okay,
So this is a Tropicana. Orange and grapefruit. I assume by the pictures on it.
okay, awesome.
So I'm gonna actually let you pour this because my hand is not steady sometimes.
Gotcha. No
So
problem. No
I'm
problem.
gonna
That's
spill it.
easy.
All right. And then I'll let you grab your cup.
All right.
All right.
There you go.
I'm loving this though, y'all. I just really I have an appreciation for the Japanese culture for real.
High appreciation. Here
Okay.
you go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No problem. No problem.
Okay.
All
And you
right.
can hand that back to me. If
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
you got it. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Let's see what this tastes like.
I really like
Mm.
that. I really like that.
Oh my goodness.
I like that a lot. I
Mhm.
like that a lot. Hmm.
Y'all, it tastes so fresh.
Yep.
Oh
And you're
my
gonna find drinks
goodness.
like you're gonna find drinks like that all around over there.
That
It's
is,
crazy.
y'all, not even exaggerating. That's
That just took me
good.
back.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
That just took me back.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, all I can say is wow. That's amazing
Mm.
actually.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I'm just like, and it's crazy though because like I said, like in America, like you're used to tasting like the chemicals and stuff. It just tastes fresh. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everything's very. They get rid of all that stuff over
Wow,
there.
because a lot of our ingredients are illegal.
Hmm.
See,
Over there, and
child,
I think in Europe as well. So
really? Oh my
yeah,
goodness. Would you
yeah.
like the rest of this?
I ain't
You
even gonna
good?
do you like
Okay.
that. I ain't gonna do you like that because I would, but
Yeah.
you're being such a gracious host.
You
I would
good?
like for you to enjoy that
Okay.
first.
Appreciate
Yes,
it. That's
of
love.
course.
Cause I'm gonna drink it,
Oh
y'all.
yeah, for sure. I'm about to go order some
That's
because
good.
that was crazy.
Yeah, it's a Japanese shop here in Macon, so
Yeah.
that's where.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
Nassim picked it up from. Yeah. All right, y'all. So again, that was the cucumber lays, the Pocky is chocolate, and then the Tropicana. I believe this is grapefruit and orange. So it's good. So let's just get into who you are as a producer, as an engineer. So you mentioned that you grew up around music with your dad, correct?
Yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
a whole lot.
Yes, and then you work with Phil Tan. So for the ones who don't know who Phil Tan is, can you explain exactly who he is
Yeah, of
and
course.
how he has inspired you as well?
Yeah, so Phil Tan, he's a three-time Grammy Award-winning mixing engineer.
Mm-hmm.
His three Grammys was with Ludacris, Mariah Carey,
Mm-hmm.
and Rihanna.
Mm-hmm.
He still works with all three of them, to my knowledge,
Yeah.
even to this day. I've seen him work on some Justin Bieber records, Wiz Khalifa records. He worked with one of my favorite albums from Wiz Khalifa, ONIFC. Like, yeah, he went crazy, and he did that
Yeah.
Umbrella song with Rihanna. Like, he's did a lot of stuff, and
Okay.
both him and my father have very much inspired me because my father does production and mixing engineering. He did Bone Crusher, Never Scared, and he
Oh
did
wow.
like India Arie's first couple of albums, Voyage to
Mm-hmm.
India and stuff. And so they just really showed me the game early on because I started off doing production, and then I was sending the beats off to some of my friends, and they'll
Mm-hmm.
give me a recording. It was bad. I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, Dad, how can we fix this?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, me and Phil, we'll show you that right now."
Mm-hmm.
And boom, they showed me that, and that actually helped me to become a full-time engineer
Mm-hmm.
later on. So
Yes.
yeah.
So who is your dad so that everybody
Yes.
knows?
So his name is Avery Johnson.
Avery Johnson.
He doesn't have him or Phil Tan. They don't have any like big producer names or
Yeah.
anything like
Okay.
that. They just go by their original names.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I'm A3 is I'm the third Avery Johnson in my
That
family.
makes sense. That makes
Hmm.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And how did your dad and Phil meet each other?
So from what I know, they worked at a studio in Atlanta somewhere. I think it would either would have been like, I'm not too sure
Mm.
because there's so many studios. It could have been Doppler. It could have been like a So Def studio because I
Yeah.
know Phil. A lot of his work was with Jermaine Dupri.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Mhm.
it could be either one of those places. He's told me the story, and I always forget that one studio.
Yes, okay. So between producing and engineering, what's the difference for the people who don't know, or is there a difference between it? And
Yes,
which do
major
you prefer?
difference. So I prefer production.
Okay.
Production is all about composing and making the song
Mm-hmm.
that an artist will get on. So
Mm-hmm.
that's my favorite part of the process. It also can help. Producing can be applied to vocal production. It can be applied to music, just the music production, string production, drums production. It can actually be broken down into many subsets, but you can just think of it as making the music in general. It's
Gotcha.
usually just the music side before the vocals, but there is vocal production as well,
Mm-hmm.
at least from how I've been trained.
Yeah.
And then engineering is all about recording the artist, um, getting the mixes, just putting everything together. And
Mm-hmm.
and that's such an important part too because once you got the song in your head, now you need to properly executed, and
Mm-hmm.
make sure everything is adjusted and
Yeah.
everything works. Yeah.
Okay. And so, what would you say makes a good song, in your opinion?
Ooh, yeah, I love this. Um, oh, okay, a good hook is so important
I
now
agree.
these days.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of artists, from what I've seen, they do what I like to call verse hooks,
Okay.
where they'll just go and they'll rap through a song,
Mm-hmm.
and everything sounds like one big verse, and then they'll tell me, "Hey, man, just take the first four." Nobody's gonna remember the first four. Nobody's
Mm-hmm.
gonna know what you said.
Yeah.
So I just be like, man, I don't like verse hooks. But when you have a very good catchy hook,
Mm-hmm.
certain like it can be things can be repeatable,
Mm-hmm.
something that the average listener can just really just chant
Yeah.
behind, come up behind, and just repeat behind, because you want a person to learn your song real fast and be able to do it so they feel involved with the
Mm-hmm.
song.
I agree.
So a good hook, that's I'm always gonna say
I
that.
agree.
And then good arrangement. And arrangement is just like, I know where your hook is, I know where your verse is, and I know where your next hook is, or if you have a bridge. You do all those, you're good.
I was just about to ask you. So, do you think like the art of songwriting? Do you feel like that's lost now? Because a lot of songs that I hear, so I love the bridge. The bridge is
Hmm.
my favorite part of the song.
Hmm.
And so I feel like a lot of times now you don't really have a bridge in a song. So do you think like the art of songwriting and like you said, the structure, do you think it doesn't exist as much as it did back in the day? I would say like, let's think like the 90s.
Yeah, I would say it more took a back seat
Mm-hmm.
to energy. Now everything from what I'm seeing is very much the energy. So if the energy of the song is good,
Mm-hmm.
the arrangement can be lost, the structure can be lost. It doesn't matter.
Right.
If the artist gives good energy, none of the other stuff matters.
Mm-hmm.
Which to me is neither a good thing nor a bad thing. I still prefer it to have a good hook in structure, because those songs actually, in my opinion, help the energy, but a
Right.
lot of people will forego that energy, which is, I mean, it's just a new concept,
Yeah.
and it's cool. I like
Yeah.
it.
Oh, that's crazy. I like that.
Hmm.
Okay. So let's talk about studio etiquette.
Oh yeah,
So, what would you say makes good studio etiquette?
really being available,
Hmm.
not talking too much.
What you mean by that?
So let's say you're working on a song,
Hmm.
and it's my first time meeting you.
Yeah.
Now you've did a lot of work with yourself
Right.
to make yourself a certain type of way, and I'm like, hey, India, go ahead and do this. You might be like, who is you? You know,
Hmm.
especially if I'm a new person in the studio and I got brought in by somebody else, you're going to be like, why are you saying something to me? So, like, a lot of times you may need to be silent. Now, of course, as you build that trust with the artist you're working with or whoever,
Right.
of course, you can keep on talking. But a lot of times, especially as when I have my engineer hat on, I might be um, less vocal. A lot of times, like when I work, especially if I either work with Nardowick or Baby Drill, both of them, they have a very good structure and very good method on how they're making their music.
Okay.
They don't want or need my input at all.
Okay.
So I'll just stay there and do what I need to do to make the song better on the engineering side.
Hmm.
So that's a very big part of studio etiquette. But now when you're able to have your voice heard, say something right, give good feedback and critiques that's going to help advance the song and make the song good.
Yeah. So, what would you consider as bad, or something that you have seen, or especially for like beginners, that like
Yeah.
their first time in the studio? I mean, because you've probably had people that are new. I mean, some people. It just to
Hmm.
me, it depends on like home training. I would say having home training. But have you had that instance where like somebody came in, you just like, no, like you can't do all that right now?
Oh yeah, I've had people be on copious amount of drugs.
Oh yeah.
I've had people bring too many outside people, and those outside opinions. It's like too many cooks in the kitchen. It's just
Mm-hmm.
it wears down the session. It wears down the artist. The
Yeah.
artist may not feel the best. There can all that is bad.
Right.
People talking too much, trying to get in my ear or that person's ear. All those, like,
Mm-hmm.
it's it can be crazy.
Yeah.
And along with that, just people talking too much and people not listening enough. That's all bad studio etiquette. Um, what else would I say is bad studio etiquette? It's a big list, but
Yeah,
we'll keep it at
it's cool. Yeah.
that.
Okay. And so you mentioned Nardo Wick and you mentioned Baby Drill. So can you just give us a list of some of the people that you have worked with,
Yeah,
especially recently?
yeah. So I just recently, about like 1 or 2 days ago, I started working with this dude named Fetty P. Franklin, which he did. He just did a whole project with DaBaby.
Okay.
Uh, I was receiving knowledge that he's one of the hottest artists coming out of the Charlotte region, and he's been getting some good work in. Um, Nardo, Baby Drill. It's been great working with them. I did some songs with Light Skin Keisha and other various acts. So it's been a very cool
Wow.
experience just getting more into that whole field.
Yeah.
And then I started getting um, those songs that came out. Okay, I can't mention
It's
those.
okay. It's okay.
That was, I want to mention them so
Yeah, it's
bad,
okay.
but yeah, I saw from another interview I shouldn't be doing
Yeah,
that.
no, you're
So
good.
yeah.
So, I am curious, who's your first like celebrity that you got the
Ooh.
honor of working with? And they don't have to be a A-lister. I mean, just anybody that's known. That was your first
One of
moment,
my
like,
most
wow.
proud ones, and I remember this, and you can ask one of your other interviewees, Dorian. We used to be in the studio all the time, and I told Dorian, I was like, bro, I really want to make a beat for this dude named Young Maul. He was, um, I saw him when he was signed to like Gucci Man's 1017 Records, and he just had this insane flow, a really good drive, a really good. And I told Dorian, I said, and this was like 2017, 2018. I was like, bro, I gotta get here. I
Yeah.
gotta do a beat with him. I gotta do a beat with him. And then I met one good friend. His name was, I had a friend named Ian, a real estate dude, and he introduced me to a dude named Greedy. And Greedy was like, oh man, I'm Maul's best friend. So I did some work with Greedy, and then I get a FaceTime one day. Maul's like, what's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah.
And great dude. We did some songs together. He's always been great. And it that I remember he posted a video, and it had it's called One Thing About Me. He posted a video of a song that I produced, and when I tell you, I was like running across my room. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, I
It's
finally did it.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
your I made it moment.
oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
love, man, he's always been super cool. Works very hard, and yeah, I love working with him. Yeah.
Have you ever had like a moment where you just like get nervous like before a session with the artist or anything?
Mm, Not anymore because I put in a lot of work. When I first started doing sessions,
Yeah.
it was like that. Okay, who's coming in? What are they thinking? Da da da. But as I got more used to how to talk to people in studio etiquette, everything became a very streamlined process, a very logical process, and I could have artists come in and out and just keep on doing work to the point where now I'm very confident that I can just get in the studio with a majority of artists and just boom, make it
I do
happen.
want to something that A3 mentioned to me before we started filming. You said you did a lot of public speaking
Oh yeah,
as well. Yeah, you want to talk about that?
yeah. Shout outs to my grandfather, Avery Johnson Sr. He has a park in Cleveland, Tennessee. He's been like a long-standing vice mayor, but he got me into a lot of speaking classes, just having me speak to different people, having me speak into mass audiences,
Yeah.
and I'm very thankful to him and to my father, Avery Johnson
Yeah.
Jr. They both, and my mom, they all made it very paramount that I speak to people. And oh, shout outs to my cousin Jalen because he's in DC doing work with politicians. So yeah,
Yeah.
all of them, they had me really do a lot of speaking, and I'm very happy
I
about
can. I brought it up because I can definitely tell. I can
that.
tell. I can tell you
Thank you.
did public speaking. That's nice.
Thank
I
you.
love that. I do want to talk about the Atlanta scene. So for people trying to move around Atlanta, what do they need to understand about the city?
Yeah, and especially in the music scene. The music scene is filled with business. It's filled with emotions, which is
Mm.
crazy. I feel like both of those concepts fight against each other. Um, and there's a lot of hmm, various routes you can get into it. I feel like the biggest thing is form a skill or some type of leverage that you can have that people like. For me, my skill was engineering, and they really people really like that because they was like, oh my god, your beats are so hard. But see, it's easy to send a person a beat and they're just like, oh okay, cool, we either like it or not. But then when you have engineering skill, is something that's massively needed.
Right.
um,
Okay.
I've seen other people come up. Some people have certain bank connections, jewelry connections. Um, you got certain dudes that have other extracurricular connections, and it all will bring artists towards them. Like, hey, I got this leverage or I got that leverage, and so me being able to also engineer very much helped to get me moving around. But I would advise anybody develop skill, whether it's engineering, mixing, whether shoot you work as an intern somewhere under some people, you can always or management, any type of business side. That's another thing. A lot of people in the music business don't know the business part.
Right.
They'll just
Yeah.
sign a contract and then get mad when they're not seeing a certain amount of money or whatever. But I think if, especially if people started coming in and really knowing the business side and doing good business with people, that's another way for you to just shoot to the top because people are going to always look for that.
Something interesting you said was the emotion part. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah. The emotions. So people will, during a session, out of a session, surrounding a session, people will feel um, certain emotions about what they need to do, and a lot of people take things as personal. I'll give you a good example.
Okay.
When I have my engineering hat on, um, let's say I did 4 sessions plus with you, and then I tell you, hey, this day I got to go do a session with somebody else.
Right.
You may think what I've seen is a person will be like, well, man, we locked in, we did all this. Why are you doing some stuff? Aren't you my friend? Like they'll try to use that, aren't you my friend, or they'll take it very personal if you're doing some business or if you have to move on or if you have to elevate or anything,
Yeah.
and people will think like, oh man, you're trying to mess with me and my personal emotions, and we're like, no,
No, it's not.
no, it's
Yeah.
not that. There's business happening, and I'm being transparent with you, the same way I would expect anybody to be transparent with me. And then a lot of dudes, um, and I saw this, like a lot of people, they'll bring their significant other to the studio, and it's people watching. So then the significant other will, they'll see they get followed by everybody in the studio, and the dude looking like, man, what are y'all trying to do behind my? It can get very
Messy.
cutthroat
Yeah.
and messy. Yes.
Wow.
So it's a lot of emotions. You have to navigate through all of that and make everybody feel like they're important, make them feel good, and still conduct business. Because I used to try to appease to a lot of people's emotions, and what would happen is that would end me up in a very lower position or a position that I didn't like for myself.
Yeah.
So then I had to, elevate myself.
Yeah. Oh my
Hmm.
gosh, that's amazing.
Thank you,
That's
thank you.
it's actually crazy though. I mean, I didn't really think emotional intelligence was just so. I mean, of course, emotional intelligence in general is important, but just like in the studio scene, because I mean, I've recorded when I was younger, but I haven't been like in a professional, you know what I'm saying, like setting before. So I can't believe all of that like
Oh yeah,
happens
it's,
like
it's
that.
highly charged.
Wow.
Sometimes it can even feel like we're in high school again.
Wow. Yeah.
You never know who's coming through, what type of upbringing they have, and I just try my best to make sure everybody's cool, everybody's taken
Yeah.
care of, but also take care of yourself.
Mhm.
Cause trust me, it can get crazy if you don't take care of yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I love that. So let's talk about motion music that you
Oh yeah,
referred to.
motion
So
motion music.
you call your sound motion music. So what exactly does that mean?
I think it's upbeat, high tempo, but the sounds sound encouraging. I try to sometimes make use of strings and also just for my music. my music lovers out there, like I'll get even in the major keys instead of the minor keys. It gives more of a happier feel.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I'm trying to evoke a positive hustle grind.
Mhm.
One of the biggest people I think that's making like what I would call motion music right now is Gunna. He is
Okay.
like he'll if you listen to his songs, the way he's rapping, the way he's doing stuff, he'll just be saying like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm getting this money, I'm investing,
Yeah.
I'm in the gym. That it encourages person to get in motion, to really keep on just pursuing goals. And I really like to have
I
music like
see it.
that.
Yeah.
Of course, you always gonna have all the other music that exists in the
Yep.
world, and I love all that music too, depending on what
Mhm.
music, what mood I'm in. But I definitely love that music of just hustling and getting
Listening.
to a goal, because I feel like that's what we're all doing,
Okay.
just reaching a goal.
So I would say so. Let me know if I'm correct. So my motion music that I would listen to would be like Jay-Z,
Okay, yeah, yeah, very,
Jeezy,
yep,
Ti.
yep,
Okay, so just making sure that I'm like
yeah,
following what you're saying. Yeah, because when I listen to him, it's like, okay, I gotta get up and get some money. Like I gotta grind, I gotta
yeah,
hustle.
yeah.
I love. So I didn't know. I wouldn't have thought to call it motion music. I like that
Yeah, and
a lot.
I shoot, I think my boy Ace Apollo or Money Moo, one of them coined that term, because I heard it from one of them, and then I said, oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna take
that's
it and keep on going.
yeah. Okay, I like that. So if there's an artist that wants to take music seriously, what's one thing they need to stop doing, like right now?
Right? Oh my God! Stop
Immediately.
thinking it's just gonna drop into your lap. The one thing they need to stop doing is just waiting. Go, do something. Dropping music, posting, taking advantage of social media, getting your face known. The one thing you stop doing is just being lazy, not being in motion. You gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta go full head, battering ram to your goals. Because music is one of the most volatile businesses. It's one of the most hardest businesses. Like there's thousands of artists dropping songs, but you only hear the same about 20,
Yeah.
and there's a reason for that. So people very, very much, the one thing they need to stop doing is just sitting around. You gotta
You
go,
gotta execute.
gotta
That's the
execute.
only way people. That's the only way they hear who you are. And
Hmm.
so I would say the same sentiments for producers and engineering as well. Well, how can
Oh
they
yeah,
be better? Of course, you got to continue doing it, but beyond that, how can they
yeah.
improve their skills?
Oh yeah, and I want to say this. I love giving practical advice. Like for any of my producers, they could go on Reddit. You could do r/drum kits. Get yourself a bunch of drum kits, a bunch of sounds. Look up what new sounds are being used. Work with other producers. People work off of each other. Um, you can go shoot. Reddit got a lot of stuff like loops, drum kits, sounds. You just do r/drum kits or r/loop kits, or you could go on things like Splice, look up new sounds. You can get programs like Omnisphere or um, the Arturia programs, and just start playing around and really working. As far as an engineer, we're always looking at new plugins that can help simplify. So you can go get any of the Waves plugins that's very standard. You can get, your auto tune plugins, Antares auto tune, and really start to form a work system, or what we like to call a template, where you got your plugins and you got those plugins adjusted to make a very good, correct sound.
Yeah.
So that's the two things I'm always encouraging myself as a producer or engineer to get better. Get get my sound selection and how I make my beats better, or get my plugins and how am I adjusting my plugins better for production or engineering, respectively.
So, have you ever considered doing master class? Because I think that's something you should do.
Yeah, and what's so interesting is I have did some
You have?
forms. Yeah,
Okay.
so one of my homies, he had me speak at one of the KSU classes, and I'm trying to think where else I just did a master class at. It was like oh, another homie of mine. We did a He had some kids from the South Side go to the studio on the south side of Georgia, and we all
Okay.
met up, and I showed them that. I think I still have that reel posted on my Instagram.
Okay.
But yeah, so I've helped mentor young kids in production or engineering, and yeah, I'm definitely open to doing that. My one
Yes.
caveat is I want to get all my goals completed, because when I was growing up, I saw a lot of my teachers. I had some really good teachers, by the way, but there were certain teachers I had where I could tell they had a goal and they maybe fell short from the goal, and then they was like they were mad teaching. Like they knew the concept, but because they didn't have that goal, they didn't really like teaching. They just were like, man, here I am. And so I told myself I got to accomplish all my goals, be on tour, everything before I start teaching. But yes, I'm definitely interested in doing that as I get older.
That's cool. Okay. Well,
Hmm.
A3, do you have anything else you would like to share with
No,
us?
no, that's it. Thank y'all very, very much. I appreciate y'all
We
very much.
appreciate you for coming. Like I said, it's great to see you again. We met briefly in the studio, but before you go, are you always at Bravo, or do you like move around? Is that where you
I move
work?
around, so I have,
Okay.
yeah. So I work at Bravo. I can work at any other studio. Shoot, for the first time today, I'm gonna try to go to Astro. Astro, they're good studios. Tree Sound, they're good
Yeah.
studios. Got friends there. Patchwork. Um, my dad knows the owner, so like you can really catch me around anywhere. And I got my own studio, A3 Studios. I'm located like beside Six Flags.
Really? How
Hmm.
long has it been there?
Ooh, since 2020.
Wow,
Yeah,
congratulations. I need to come
thank you
see that. That's
for
good.
sure.
Yeah, I actually started so before I got into like the music business, I
Hmm.
started at Patchwork Studio. So I went to a
That's
lot of
awesome.
their weekend workshops and everything. Then that's when I realized, okay, I like the business part because I was there to be an artist at
Yeah.
first, but I was like, nah, I think I like being behind the scenes. It's a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of yeah.
yeah. All of those studios phenomenal.
Mhm.
Those people are great.
Yep.
Yeah, shout outs to all of them. Very great people.
All right. Well, we thank you so much for coming. He came all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. We I wish you safe travels as well.
Thank you.
Hopefully, we run into each other again because you homies with my homies, so we should be
There we
seeing
go.
each other.
There we
Okay.
go. Thank you very
All right.
much.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I will see y'all on the next episode. Bye.